Good afternoon. This is Corey Nichols with Money at Work, and today we are jumping right into my Robinhood portfolio. Now, normally I would not be posting a video every single day, but there was some big events that happened yesterday that I do want to talk about, and I really do think that that's going to relate to today's investing, which is for October 30th. I do think we're going to see a lot of changes in the market. That said, before we get into anything, do have to give a disclaimer here that I am not an investing expert, that this video, audio, discussions, and really my plans are for entertainment purposes only, and that these are my plans for my portfolio, which everyone's portfolio is different. Even if you are investing in the same stocks, you could have completely different goals than mine. So please make sure that you do your own research and that you invest responsibly at this point, because with any investment, there are inherent risks. Now, that said and out of the way, we're going to go over here and click on my portfolio. And as you guys can see already pre-market, we are seeing quite a bit of fluctuation, which especially for Friday at this time, which it's 9:09, we don't normally see that kind of movement. And generally speaking, when we do see movement, it's kind of downward. I always notice on Mondays and Fridays, we see a little bit of a downtick in stock value. But I'm really happy here already this morning. There's been very little movement. Apple, we did see a bit of a downtick with Apple. And I was listening on the radio this morning, and they were relating that to low sale performance of the new iPhone. And they did say, though, that they did believe that that would uptake very quickly here as we approach the holiday season and iPhone sales increase. But overall, you know, like I said, I'm really happy this morning with pre-market startup or kind of prep to startup. We have about 20 minutes left until the market opens. And I do believe that today is going to be a phenomenal day to invest early in the day, because I think we're going to see some growth. And really that was led on by the GDP announcement that it had increased this quarter by 33.1%. That was, according to the news, the biggest growth in GDP in the history of our economy after a recession, kind of like what we have been facing with COVID. Now, with that said, I do believe that we are going to continue to see an uptick. Again, I'm at 714.88 right now, which isn't a lot, but I do believe that I am going to benefit pretty strongly from that uptick. I don't think it's going to continue to increase quite as quickly as what it did, as kind of the economy started to reopen back up. But I do think over the next couple of weeks, we are going to see some slight growth unless there's something major that gets thrown at us. But 3 stocks that I wanted to look at today, 2 are monthly dividend paying stocks, and 1 is quarterly paying. And the first one is the same one that I showed you guys yesterday, Great Elms Capital. We did see it drop a little bit more yesterday after I had published our video. And I have to say that today is the record date for November's dividends. But that said, it's still a great time to get into the stock, at least in my opinion. When I click back here on the 1 year, like I said, I don't think it's going to get back up here to the low or the high 7s, low $8 value, but I do certainly believe it's going to get kind of back here in the mid $5 range. So investing now, especially when it's at $2.61 a share, I do believe that is a wise choice. But again, please make sure you do your own research, because this could change in a heartbeat. And quite frankly, it's a guessing game at this point. I could be completely wrong. Right now, looking at NASDAQ for GECC, it is a 33.99% dividend. And as you can see, right here, 10:30 was the record date, which is today's date. So tomorrow or the next day, actually probably Monday at this point, because it is going to be the weekend, we'll see a dividend posting under here. It'll pop up right here, and on the next week's video, I'll show you guys what that is at that point. The next dividend-paying stock monthly dividend-paying stock that I want to look at with you guys is ECC, and ECC has a special circumstance. Right now, I'm going to click on the 1 year view. You can see that Eagle Point Credit was generally going for about $15 a share, maybe just under 15 or just over 15, but you can see as a REIT it dropped pretty significantly. Right now it's at $7.79 a share, and unfortunately they have postponed, I'll click over here on NASDAQ, they have postponed their dividend payments, so not great to invest in this if you are looking for instant month-to-month dividend payments, but I am pretty confident that they are going to start back up. You can see that the first dividend payment here was back in 2015, so and I know it says 14, but the payment actually went out January 26, 2015. So that said, they've been around for a while. I do think that dividend payments will return once we see the economy open back up a little bit, but this is kind of a dual shock. If you're looking for a stock that is going to grow and you're looking for something that's going to have dividend payments, even if it's not right now, I think Eagle Point Credit could be an amazing stock to purchase into, because essentially speaking, there is a potential for you to almost double your money and then have a solid dividend paying investment. So right now I'm not investing a huge amount into it. I think we have a little bit of time. I think we have probably 3 or 4 weeks before we'll start seeing that kind of uptick again, unless something changes with COVID, but it is something to really keep on the back burner. If you have the money now, I do think that you can kind of see here, it's slowly been increasing and it's dropped back down. I do think by the end of next week, it's probably going to be about $8.10 a share. But again, that's just my opinion. It's not investment advice, so take it or leave it. But, you know, kind of keep ECC and, like I said, on the back burner, and kind of check into it here or there. The next one, I'm going to go back to my portfolio here, is way down near the bottom, or it actually is the bottom, ARI, which is Apollo Commercial Real Estate. As you can see, there's a trend here that I'm going with that are all real estate or REIT investments, and that is because right now they are being hammered. So you can see here, going back to the year view, that Apollo Commercial Real Estate was selling for about $18 a share, just over that. Right now, it's selling for about $10 less a share than it was at that point. Apollo is not a monthly dividend paying stock. It is a quarterly paying dividend stock, and you can see that back when this first happened, they did drop their dividend payments. There's a potential that it could get kind of held up, and maybe they might not do a December one, but who knows. I do think that they will still have a dividend. It probably is not going to be the 35 cents a share, but at $8.63 a share, like I said, you have the potential probably over the next 9 months to see that. I'm going to guess over 9 months that share price is probably going to drop or jump up to about $13 or $14 a share. So there is a huge potential to see some growth in that area. Now I am going to jump over to Excel, and I'm going to show you guys right now if these guys continue to pay out dividends. And I do have to make a correction here, so I'm going to delete out ARI. Initially, when I was going through it, with there being so many uncertainties with ARI, I'm not gonna put the numbers in for that. But for GECC right now, the dividend payment is 0.083 cents a share, and that is entered with a 3. You just can't see it. Current price before market opens is $2.64. So investing $100, we're looking at $3.14 a month in dividend payments. That is if they don't reduce it or stop dividends. And that is getting in at the $2.64 a share. Jumping up to $5,000, we're getting closer to my goal, which is to get that $200 a month in dividends. And at that point, we would be expecting approximately $157 a month in dividend payments. Now, again, jumping back over here to NASDAQ, you can see that really, other than 1 month in 2019, we have seen consistent 80.083 cent dividends for quite a while, really since 2017. So the beginning of 2017 at that. So I do think that we are going to be safe in this area. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a reduction at the start of next year, because again, jumping back over here, we can see that they've already got November and December's posted. Doesn't mean that couldn't change, but it is certainly less likely. But I do think that starting at the beginning of the year, we could see a reduction probably for the first quarter in those dividend payments. But that is okay because it's still a great buy at that low price, and it's going to kick back these dividends. So even if it does reduce, I think it's going to jump back up, and I think that that's going to get me to my end goal as quickly as possible. It is not a long-term stock that I'm looking to invest in. I'm looking at about a year with this stock. Again, looking back here, let me go back to ECC. Going back here and looking at this, or GECC, not ECC, GECC, sorry. I do believe that we're going to see some growth. It's not going to be as much as the others, but it is going to be somewhat. Looking at the 5-year spread on this, it is decreasing slightly. So again, it's not going to be a long-term investment for me, but it is going to help me get to that goal of $200 a month. Once I hit that goal of $200 a month in dividends, I am going to sell my shares in Great Elm as soon as I can at least cut even on the capital that I've invested. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to invest it into other monthly dividend paying stocks that are much more secure. So again, I keep saying this, please make sure that you're doing your research on these stocks and invest very wisely. If you're not comfortable putting up, in this scenario, $5,000 in capital as a risk, then don't take that risk. That's something that is up to you. It's something that you have to feel comfortable with. Again, looking at ECC, which I'm going to go back here to the NASDAQ, has right now suspended their dividend payments. But again, ECC is going, in my opinion, to have a fairly large growth, I think, over the next couple of months once this loads up here. And I think we're going to get back to closer to this range right here. In Excel, though, as you can see, investing $100 in the share is going to generate roughly $1.03 a month in dividend payments, which isn't bad. When I'm investing, I do tend to want, for every $100 invested, about $1 back a month in dividends. And at $500, we're looking at $5.13. $5,000, we're looking at $51.35. As you can see, GECC is just crushing ECC with additional $100 a month in dividend payments when we reach that $5,000 goal. And that's why I'm using this for the short term to boost up that dividend payment. And then I'm going to take that money and these $157 payments or $200 payments, whenever I get to, I'm going to be investing into more secure stocks. So really, in another video I'll show you guys, but I have a very detailed Excel sheet where it shows payments for each month and when I'm expecting those. Even if I'm investing into quarterly stocks such as ARI, I want to make sure that I have those evenly distributed, so that way I'm getting quarterly payments coming in every month from different stocks. So like I said in the intro of this video, this was just 3 stocks that I think we should really keep a close eye on. Again, that was GECC, or Great Elms Capital Corporation. Right now I think it's undervalued, and I think it's going to continue to pump out these higher dividend payments, so keep an eye on it. Eagle Point Credit Company, ECC, I think it's really undervalued at this point. Not the best in dividend payments, but I think it is a solid dividend payer. But right now, again, it has suspended those dividend payments from what I've been able to find. And then third and final is ARI, which is Apollo Commercial Real Estate. Again, I think it's super undervalued. This is the only quarterly dividend paying stock that is on this list, but it is something to keep an eye on. It is a very high payout ratio, but again, that's probably going to drop once they do start to resume dividend payments, if they don't in December, which I don't know at this point. So again, GECC, ECC, and then ARI are those 3 stocks to keep an eye on. So other than that, guys, I did want to remind everyone that you do have the option to get a free stock if you are not already a member of the Robinhood community. I will share the link down below in the comments, but check it out. Share it if you can. The more people that we have sign up under my link, they get a free stock, and then I get a free stock. And what we'll be doing is I'll make an announcement each week on the free stocks that we were able to get from our channel, and then we'll do some kind of giveaway in the future for anyone that does sign up with that link. So I don't know what that's going to look like right now, but I'm hoping that it'll be something that'll be fun and invite more people and encourage more people to invest. Right now, with the stock market just being crushed by COVID, it is going to recover at some point. And I think this is a great opportunity for a lot of people to make some really good money. As you can see here, 1 in 150 have a chance of getting a share in Microsoft, Visa, or Walmart. And then 1 in 90 have a chance of the following companies here. So super easy to set up. The most complex thing you'll need is your social security number. You put in your information and you're all ready to go. And like I said, you get a free share just for signing up with this link. You don't have to start off with any kind of transfer of money, which is really fun. I'm going to click over here on my account page. As you can see, as for my stocks options, GECC and ECC are the two major investments that I have right now. But later today, once the market opens and I kind of have a good idea on ECC, I am going to probably double my investment in ECC for next month. So I'll keep you guys posted. Like I said, generally speaking, we'll be doing one video a week. Today, though, I did have the option to do a second video just because of what is going on with that I don't know. It's going to be a super big growth day, in my opinion. So we're going to keep an eye on it. AMC is probably the only exception because, well, at least where I live, they just announced more restrictions on movie theaters and other public venues like that. So I've just been scooping up a couple of AMC stocks here or there just because I'm kind of hopeful. I love going to the movies that we're going to see some growth. Unfortunately, though, I don't think that's necessarily going to be the case anymore, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. We'll talk about that in another video. Other than that, though, guys, keep investing, but make sure that you're doing it safely and responsibly. Make sure that you do your research. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment section below. I'll get to it as soon as possible. And until next week, you guys, be smart, invest, and we're hoping for your financial wealth and well-being. Thank you, guys.